Hey, good morning, folks. I got a question for you. Is it just me, or is anyone else suffering from Mel and Pete withdrawal? It's been, all of 36 hours since I've seen a news story about Mel Viljoen and her return to South Africa and her lies about America. This woman couldn't tell the truth if she was put in electric shock collar and was shocked every time she lied. Yeah, she disparaged Trump, trashed America because she and her husband came here under fraudulent purposes, fraudulent intent, came as tourists and then overstayed their visa and then falsely claimed asylum. And then, of course, we know the saga that happened after that. They are accused credibly by law enforcement of stealing $5,300. Sorry about that. Nosy looky-loos. People driving by, stick their nose out, got to slow their car down to see what people are up to. None of your business, lady. Keep moving. Yeah, well, maybe it's none of our business what happened to Mel and Pete, but it certainly makes for entertaining television. You know, I never pay attention to reality television or, the Jersey Shore or the Kardashians or the Real Housewives. I think those things are ridiculous. But she is, of course, a former participant on the Housewives of Pretoria. But I think South Africa will soon be starting a new television show, The Deported Housewives of Pretoria, starring Mel Viljoen. Pete remains in Immigration Customs Enforcement custody here in the United States and is yet to see an immigration judge for finalization of his case. And we can expect that, like Mel, he'll probably be given the offer to avoid prison by going back to South Africa. But for Pete, things are a little more challenging than they are for Mel. You see, Pete apparently was disbarred in South Africa, so he can't practice as an attorney. And despite Mel's interesting story that he was preparing to be a lawyer in the United States, which I find fascinating, how is he ready for the bar in less than a year? But maybe he's a really smart guy. Who knows? Anyway, but he won't be able to practice law in South Africa. They might be able to grift some money from reality programming and from the news media, but how are they going to make their millions now? They still have a $4 million judgment against them by a U.S. court for their actions with Tammy Taylor Nails, and that thing is still hanging out there. Not to mention the fact that when he came here, he thought he was safe, but not a very smart guy. He didn't have legal stays to stay here in America. Yet he wrote all these racist things on social media, attacking black South Africans, making ridiculous comments, and making himself an even larger pariah than he was in South Africa. These are two people who have allowed themselves to have an attitude of elitism and privilege, and we haven't seen them in the news for 2 days. So what's going on? The last time I saw Mel was when she walked out of an ENCA interview, when the interviewer asked her the question about, but you were arrested for shoplifting. Oh, that's it. I'm done here. This interview's not going anywhere. Well, I suppose it didn't go anywhere. She has a point. But what's Mel up to? I think South Africans want to know. Actually, I don't think anybody cares, but it does make for entertaining television, does it not? Cheers.